Whew, hello everybody. It is hot right now, and I am feeling like I'm going to make a video. So here we are looking at the G.I Joe Super 7, the Reaction Plus, Wave 3 of Zartan in his Cold Slither disguise, the Commando Snake Eyes, the Wild Bill Helicopter Pilot, and the Arctic Cobra Commander. I'm very happy to get a hold of these because I have been collecting offhandedly some O-Ring figures, the Super 7 ones, the original ones, the Transformers ones. I've been just trying to fill up my Joe shelf and my Joe collection with more things that are not just strictly classified. So getting these is very, very cool. And I also am just a sucker for the original O-Ring figures because I have such reverence for them as just in terms of toy design and what they did for the toy industry. So looking at the packaging, they're all mostly the same. They all have unique artwork, but we can start with Cold Slither Zartan because I feel like it's apropos considering we are a few weeks away from San Diego Comic-Con where the Cold Slither 4-pack will be released. This is the classic G.I Joe packaging, unpunched. It doesn't matter, I'm going to open up anyways. But G.I Joe American Hero, Cobra Enemy, Zartan, Cold Slither, Master of Disguise. You can see Zartan in here with his guitar and his microphone. UV color changing skin, which is true. This does in fact change color. Reaction Plus on the back. Here we go. All the figures that have been released so far, most of them. Create your own G.I Joe Mobile Strike Force. Here is the file card readout here. You can pause and read it if you want. I have to get through this, so I don't have time to read all of them. But you can cut it out if you want to. I probably will not be, unless I keep opening them. So that is the Zartan one. Moving on next, we have his Commander-in-Chief, Cobra Commander in the Arctic attire, which this is, if I'm not wrong, based off of the scene from the movie, the 87 movie, where he is wearing attire like this. He has a gun right here, Cobra Commander, Arctic Leader, Cobra Enemy, G.I Joe on the back here. Yet again, something else you can read out if you want. Pause it, read it, have fun. But yeah, very cool to see that right there. And we have the two Joes in this wave. Sorry about that, we're back to it. We can start with Wild Bill here, looking at Bill. The art here is very, very cool. However, I will say I think this is AI because there are 4 fingers and another one right here and the trigger, if you look at that, and a thumb. I could be wrong. Could just be an artist mistake. It happens. I draw, and sometimes I draw an incorrect amount of figures myself. It happens. But the figure itself looks cool. Wild Bill, Helicopter Pilot. This is, of course, the cartoon design of Wild Bill, because the original toy version was in the green fatigues, much like the classified figure. So I would not be surprised if we got this version of Wild Bill in the classified line at some point on a retro card. Probably we might see it this Yojo June. On the back here, there's, of course, the file card readout, which you can pause and read if you want to. I will not be again because, quite frankly, I got more stuff I got to do. And then we have Commando Snake Eyes. This is a very blue-purple Snake Eyes, very cartoon discolored. The figure right there, Snake Eyes Commando. On the back here, read the file card if you want. I will not be. So yeah, let's open these guys up. Well, here are the Joes and Snakes out of the packaging. And as cool as they are, God, are they a pain to stand. I couldn't even put them on the spinny base because they would fall over so fast. In fact, odds are they're going to fall at some point in this little intro here. But looking at them, I like them a lot. These are very, very cartoon designed figures. These are not based on the original toys. These are based on animation cells from the cartoon, and some of them even specific episodes like Cold Slither, Zartan right there. I almost said Snake Eyes. That's not right at all. I would like a figure of that Snake Eyes from that one episode where he looks like Boy George. I would like that figure quite a lot. If you can get on the Super 7, thank you, or Hasbro. I'll take either of them, classified or Super 7. I'll take it. But looking at these figures, I quite like them. They're pretty cool. I like, again, just having more O-Ring figures. I like having more of these characters, especially the ones that, like, never got toys made of them. Like cartoon accurate Wild Bill. Like Cold Slither Zartan. Like, I don't know, Cobra Commander in a sweatshirt. I don't know. That figure is probably the weakest, the one of this whole set. But let's look at the one from right to left. We can start with Snake Eyes, everyone's favorite Joe. Now, as for a figure, this is pretty much, if you have any O-Ring figure post 1982, you know exactly what you're getting here. He has the side-to-side head up here. He has the full rotation of the shoulder. Cool swivel arm battle grip, so that's how you know we're in the 1983 era. Arm goes up and down. O-ring torso, full range of motion there. Kick forward, down knee. Kick, can't kick back, but hand bend his knee like that. Little rotation. This is what you get for a Joe figure of this size from this era in this scale with this articulation. And I have no problem with that. I like that. It's exactly what you want to get. My main problem comes to the price because these things are like $20, and for $5 more, I can get this Snake Eyes. So, well, at retail. You know what I mean? I mean, not anymore. That's got that on the internet, but still, you know what I mean. Retail price. But as for a figure, I quite like it. I like he's got the grenade belt, he's got the pouches on his arms, he's got a little dart launcher on his wrist, nothing on this one, another pouch, he's got a knife here, he's got a gun here, ankle pouches out the wazoo. This shade of blue purple looks really good. It works really well. I like it. I'm a big fan. On the back here, there's a little peg here. So if you have a backpack, you can put it in there. On the feet, there's little foot pegs here. So if you want, you can have them standing on some stands or in a vehicle or something. If you have any of those, I have some of the Transformers ones, which work pretty well for that, but I do not have any of the original actual G.I. Joe or Cobra vehicles from the O-Ring era. But still, looks pretty good. I like the belt, everything here. It's got a cool sword, which comes in and out. They all come with at least one accessory. Snake Eyes comes with exactly one, which is his sword. So yeah, pretty cool. All things considered, it's just Snake Eyes. You know with Snake Eyes. You know what you're going to get with Snake Eyes. And here we have our dear Commander, Cobra Commander, who has, again, basically standard articulation, but he's in a cool gray sweatshirt. I don't have an original Cobra Commander, or at least a re-release version of Cobra Commander. I just have this one, which is cool. It's fine. I will probably get an original one at some point, or one that is the re-release, designed like that at some point down the line. But for now, this is my Cobra Commander that I have, and this is mine. There's none other like it, except for if you have one. I like the little back notes there, little hoodie. I would like it if you could pop the hood up. That'd be fun. Have a hood over the helmet, which would be pretty dorky. He's got a weird little laser rifle here, which is pretty standard for the cartoon. He wore a lot of those. I like that he has his belt over his sweater. That seems uncomfortable. I would not do that. He's got the zipper right here, the chrome reflective helmet, which is, I guess, not really chrome reflective, but the top here of the head is cartoon accurate because it's got the white stripe going across the whole band of the top, black belt, green, I'm actually having a stroke, blue pants, and gray boots. This is a weird thing, though, because it's supposed to be like a jacket overlay, but it breaks the mold. So it looks a little dorky if you're looking at it from like any other angle. But I feel like I'm just going to have this guy on the back of a his tank, so I'm not too worried about it. Pretty cool figure. I like it. I wish I had more to say about it compared to what I do with the Snake Eyes. But there's really not a lot here. It's mostly just gray with blue. I mean, it's Cobra Commander. You know Cobra Commander. You know what you're getting with Cobra Commander. Black gloves, silver helmet, blue helmet, everything. You know what you're getting here. So if you know what Cobra Commander is, you know what you're getting here. And if we grab here from the far left, we can get Wild Bill, which this is the first time we have ever gotten a figure of this version of Wild Bill, the cartoon version of Wild Bill. And I have to say, I really like that. I'm a big fan of that. I'm very, very glad we finally have that because, in my mind, this is what Wild Bill looks like. This is the Wild Bill I see in my head whenever I think of him. I kind of wish that the Dragonfly one came with this one as well. I like the one we have right now. But I really hope we get this version of Bill at some point in the classified line, like soon. That would make me so happy. Especially considering that the Rattler is supposed to be here by the end of June, which is crazy. I can't believe we're already here at that. I thought for sure it was going to be here till December or something. But this is a great figure. I like this a lot. I like that he has the Longhorn belt buckle, the total blue jumpsuit with the dorky orange vest and the big brown hat, big black sunglasses, huge mustache. He's got a little triangle on here, which probably means something, but it is just painted like a triangle. He's got his boots. He's got the pouches. He comes with a cool pistol, probably a 1911 or something. He's got a little radio here on his side. This is exactly what you think of when you think of Wild Bill. And I'm very happy to have this Wild Bill. I wish I had a Dragonfly. I wish I had a Dragonfly in this scale. Because, man, if I did, oh, man, I would have this guy in the cockpit. I totally would have him in the cockpit. That would be so cool. As a figure, it looks great. I like it. I'm very glad to have this one. Wish the box art didn't have the weird six-finger thing going on there. The six-fingered man. I would prefer that not to be there. But hey, you can't win them all, I guess. But yeah, as a figure, pretty good. I like Bill. I'm a big fan of Bill. Now this guy, this is probably the stand-up. This is probably what everyone wants. It is the Cold Slither Zartan, who looks like a total dork. But that's what you want for Cold Slither Zartan. Bright pink red hair that goes all the way down the back. He's got his creepy green eyes. His mouth is open like he's singing. He comes with a microphone and a guitar. Crazy deep V-neck that's putting Destro to shame. Bright yellow pants with black stripes. Bumblebee mode with the absurd belt buckle. No rear at all. Flat as a pancake. But all arms are out. Everything. He's got mismatched wrist sweat guards. Like, because of course he does, because why would anything be matched here? But I do like that his keytar, no, it's just a key, it's a regular guitar, it's not a keytar, I thought it was a keytar, is as egregiously yellow as the rest of him. I like that he's got the microphone. This is very, very cool. I'm very glad to have this, and I hopefully will be able to get that Cold Slither set because I can put this guy with him. And hopefully, Super 7, if you're listening, do me a favor, make more of these. Make Ripper, Torch, and Buzzer. Get the whole team out here. You be printing money. Just please do that. And I'm very, very happy to see this. I love this. I hope there's more. Hope there's more where this comes from. I love it. I think it's just absolutely spectacular. Now, as for size comparison, I mean, I feel like it'd be pretty fair to bring in these guys, which are the Transformers collaboration sets. The two that I have here right now, I have all of them, but these are the two I have right now, which is the Megatron Hiss Tank and the Bumblebee Awe Striker. I feel like it's fair to bring these guys in because you can have them side by side here. Because this is basically pretty much scaled for what the actual like vehicles were. Like there's my other Snake Eyes that I have right next to it, and there's Duke, there's Stalker, there's all these ones here. Very happy to have all of these because man, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna have a whole shelf when I get them cleared out. Whole shelf just for O-ring figures, just for these classic guys. And I'd like to get some more. You can see my original Wow Weasel in there. They have not re-released him. That is my original one. So hopefully I can get some more of these guys because I really like this. So Hasbro, make more of those Transformers figures. And if you also, watching here now, want to see a review of these Transformers figures, let me know. I filmed intros for all of them, but I just don't know if anybody's interested in it. But if you are, let me know down below and I'll absolutely get around to doing that. So yeah, I'd keep these guys on the spinny basis for the retro segment that I always end up doing. But they fall. They're probably going to fall here. But I gotta say, I like these figures. I like them a lot. I want to talk more about O-ring figures. I like them. I think they're great. I think it's great to talk about them, and I think it's really good that they're bringing them back in some way or another because they are really, really important figures just to talk about in terms of toy history. They're really, really important. At least if you ask me, they're very important for the history of toys. So yeah, that is the Wave 3 of the ReAction Plus figures. If you like them, please let me know down below. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Everything need to get done for me to keep new videos that I love to make. I'll see you next time. Hopefully soon. I got a big backlog. I got a really, really big backlog, which is why these guys are in one video because that means I can just do one video 7. I would do 4 videos that are probably 3 minutes long. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Yo-Joe, happy Yo-Joe June. Also, we're probably going to see a HasLab real soon. I'll get to that another point. I'm rambling. It's late. Deuces. Yo-Joe. Stop talking.